I have given this the title Legacy of Birsa Munda and our role in this contemporary era, the role of our, for what role we can play in this period of time when we are also facing so many challenges. So as we know that no defined period of the past can be same to the contemporary era. The times of Birsa Munda was different, and so there were the challenges. But today we are facing the challenges, but we also have the similarities with the challenges that the people of that era also faced. So therefore we have many lessons to learn from the movement of Birsa Munda. In those turbulent times when Birsa Munda emerged as a sane voice with a rebellious spirit, he was driven by the imagination of change and reform. So Birsa Munda's fight against the British for the tribal rights was a fight for dignity, a fight for just rights, and a fight for justice. The fight of Birsa Munda against the mighty British is a classic example of a movement against injustice and oppression, through which he showed the path of collective efforts to achieve a collective goal, having a larger impact on a whole lot of people, not only confined to a section but to a very larger group of people. So from the era of the Birsa Munda to the contemporary times, we need to focus it to understand to what extent the movement is alive and to what extent this is bringing changes to the lives of the people, in very particular to the tribal and marginalized communities. In many tribal dominated areas, it is a shocking, it's a reality that the issue of land, in particular the right to the forest land, ironically exists today. And it's surprising that earlier it was the Britishers and now the state, large corporations are there trying to take the lands from the tribals. More than now the 70 decades of independence that India achieved independence, these people who are dwelling in forest areas have no sense of independence and security, as their fight continues within many entangled forces, resulting in the loss of peace and normalcy. In this case, we have to understand that there are many forces which are making their life more vulnerable and more difficult to live in a very peaceful and normal way. Such a difficult and perplexing situation makes us wonder that why the state and other organizations have failed to address the issues of tribal communities. Why that after 70 years of independence they are marginalized. Their absence is visible in the mainstream, and every survey and report showing their fall on significant indicators. Truly, the challenges are manifold, whether there is fight against the repressive state, the corporate loot, or even the challenges of modernization itself. The very basic fact is that today, a large extent of tribal communities are living on the fringes and every day struggling for a life of dignity. Here, the perspective that I am developing is not from a general perspective of all the tribal communities, because I have no knowledge of all the tribal communities that we have in India. But the way I am saying that the living on the fringes and everyday struggle, these are part of my life, these are part of the people from which I belong, the region to which I belong. So Birsa Munda's fight for social justice, or the movement of the Birsa Munda, can be a strong factor, a threat which can weave all the oppressed community and to continue their fight for social justice. As the tribal identity in India is concerned, it's not a homogeneous entity, and to develop a kind of a pan-tribal identity all over India is almost difficult. Let me take you to my own region. I belong to a region called Ladakh, comprised of two districts of Leh and Kargil. Both of the districts are tribal dominated, with mostly 99% of the population falling into the category of scheduled tribes. So you will be very surprised to know that within the tribal community itself, in Kargil, the district to which I belong, within the tribal community there are many tribals within itself, like you can call the Purikpa, the Balti, the Dar, the Brokpa, the Shinas and all. So in the same way, in Leh itself there are many tribal identities within itself. So these tribal within, like the identities within the tribal identity has act as an impediment in our case, in our region, to form a very larger collective identity and to pursue the larger collective interests of the people. In the same way, the phenomenon remains the same in Jammu region as well. So in Jammu region also there are ST, the scheduled tribe population are there, but they have different identities when it comes to religion, because there are some are Muslim and some are Hindu. So they have also failed to develop a collective identity and to pursue their collective interests. So I believe, so this is a very different kind of way, like not good for the community as well. Because you see that in the Ladakh we have the issues which we call in Delhi, we talk of digital governance, connectivity, and all. But you will be very surprised to know that for the 6 months of the year, that we are remain cut off from the mainland of India because of we don't have all-weather connectivity. So these issues, which are very basic, the issues of school, infrastructure, communication, these are remain like absent, and there is no collective will and no collective leadership to represent these interests. So in our case, I believe that we don't have a leader like Birsa Munda in the historical times, so as of now as well. So I believe that we can learn a lot from Birsa Munda, so achieve our own collective, goals. In our case, we don't have that kind of leadership, that kind of collective identity to achieve some goals, so that we can make the lives of the people better. This I'm giving the example of the region to which I belong. So I believe that in such crucial times, we really need a person like him. And in case that maybe it is a question that I may ask, do we have anyone like him? Maybe the answer may be yes or no. But the need is that we need leaders like him with the intellect and the audacity to challenge the forces and to bring positive changes to the lives of the oppressed people. As I argued earlier, that the tribal community is not a homogeneous community, and every community has its problems of its own. But one common thread which join us together is the issue that on the question of exclusion and discrimination. Therefore, I think that we need to understand the different issues of different tribal communities and to help, provide very logical solutions to the prevailing problems which which they are facing, and for which we can take lessons from the movement of Birsa Munda. For me, I personally believe that after reading about Birsa Munda is a larger-than-life figure, and his movement is a story of resilience and hope, which shows that our objectives are achievable through an indomitable spirit and a strong commitment to the cause. In today's time, when there are many forces being unleashed on the marginalized groups, which results in the exclusion and discrimination, in such times, I believe that the ideals of Birsa Munda can weave us together to forge a very strong alliance to fight against the tyrannical forces and to achieve the broader objective of social justice. Thank you.
Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.